Now there are three possibilities. That is, whenever you plot a graph of a given system of linear equations, there are three types of graphs that you can get. So the first type of graph in which you can get two intersecting lines. So you can see this, how these are the two intersecting lines. The second type of graph in which you can get two parallel lines, and the third type of graph in which you can get two coincident lines. Okay, now let us study this more. Exactly how does it look? Now here you can see there are three different types of graphs. So let us study them. The intersecting lines, so here you can see very well, this is the first type, that is intersecting, wherein you are having two equations, right? So that is x minus 2y is equal to 0. This is the first equation, and this is the second equation. So these two equations, they are intersecting. The lines of these two equations are intersecting, and this is a common intersection point that you are getting. The second type of graph, that is your parallel lines. Now here you can see this is the first equation that we have plotted, 2x plus 4y is minus 12 is equal to 0. This is the second one. So the type of graph that you are getting is that of the parallel lines. Okay, and this is the third type in which you are getting two coinciding lines, that is 2x plus 3y is equal to 0. This is the first equation, and 4x plus 6y is equal to 18. This is the second equation. So after plotting the graph of both the equations, the line that you are getting is only one line. That means they are coinciding, or the lines are said to be coincident lines. Okay, now every time it is not possible for us to draw the graph and then interpret or then conclude what type of graph you will get. Either it is intersecting, or is it parallel, or is it coinciding lines. So we are having one more method in which just by looking at the equation you can find out what type of graph will you get. So there is no need for you to draw the graph and interpret. Just by looking at the equation, it is easy for us to find out what type of graph it is. Now let us see the three important conditions by observing which you can conclude what type of graph will you get, or what type of lines will you get after plotting the equations. Now let us take the first example. Now x minus 2y is equal to 0. So here the coefficient of x is 1, and in the second equation the coefficient of x is 3. So the ratio that you will be getting, that is a1 by a2. So here I am having 1. So this is 1 by 3. Let us see what is b1 by b2. So b1, that is minus 2, and this is plus 4. So it becomes minus 2 upon 4, which is nothing but gives you half. C1 by C2. Now here you don't have a C term. C term is absent in this equation, but here you are having minus 20. So it is 0 upon minus 20. Now if you compare all these three ratios, you can see that all these three ratios are different. So I can just say that is A1 upon E2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. Okay, this is the same equation that we have studied how to plot a graph on it. So the type of lines that you will be getting when this ratio a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, the type of lines that you get is the intersecting lines. So without drawing the graph also, just by looking at the ratios and comparing them, you can conclude the lines that I'll be getting is the intersecting lines. Now let us move on to the second type of equation. Now here you can see 2x plus 3y minus 9 is equal to 0. So let us find out a1 by a2, that is 2 by 4, which is nothing but 1 by 2. b1 by b2, 3 by 6, so that's nothing but 1 by 2. C1 by C2 is minus 9 by minus 18, that is again 1 by 2. So what do you find here? You say that A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. When all the three ratios are equal, the lines that you get are the coincident lines. They are the coincident lines. And the third equation, now here the ratio of A1 by A2, that is 1 by 2, then B1 by B2, that is again 1 by 2, but C1 by C2, that is minus 4 by minus 12, is 1 by 3. So here you can see A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 by B2, but it is not equal to C1 by C2. So these type of lines that you get are the parallel lines, right? So just by looking at the ratios and just by comparing them, you can find out what type of lines you will get. So this column is very important. So you can just find out that is A1 by A2. When it is not equal to B1 by B2, you get intersecting lines. When all the three ratios, when they are equal, you get coincident lines. And when A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 by B2, but it is not equal to C1 by C2, you get parallel lines.